Good morning. At the request of one of the students, I am making a short video about how to effectively use the attached worksheets, for want of a better word. So let me show you. Get into the course, go into course content, click on the work for the week of September 18th, and then go to where it says videos and exercises. And I'm going to take these. All right, so it's very important to watch these videos. All three of them have to do with the idea of habits. Everyone has a slightly different take on them. I thought they were all pretty fascinating because habits is one of my new interests. But at the bottom, there are three different worksheets, and I'm going to start with the time management one first. When you click on the link, it downloads it. So when you pull up the time management, you'll see this. And it asks you to figure out, notice this key phrase, on average. So how much time generally do you spend in the classroom every days of the week? And how much time do you spend doing homework? Okay, so you see all of these, and then you add up all the hours. Do your daily totals add up to less than 24 hours each day? Great. If your daily totals add up to more than 24 hours, then either you're doing things at the same time, like you're doing your homework while you're eating, or your socialization is also relaxation. But sometimes it is that you have overestimated the amount of time that you're spending. Okay, notice this asterisk here where it says homework. I think people, when I say this in the classroom, students look at me like I have two heads. Okay, for every, give yourself 3 hours out of class work time per credit hour you're registered for. So if you are registered for a full course load of 12 credits, then you need to find 36 hours a week to dedicate to that classwork outside of class time. So when we say you are a full-time student, it really is the equivalent of a full-time job. Can you do it in less time? Yes. But then don't be surprised if you get a C and you say, well, I don't understand. Like, why didn't I do well? You probably weren't putting in the time that it takes. Okay, so that's the time management worksheet. It is just to give you an idea of how you're spending your time. Another way that you could look at that is this fixed commitment calendar. Now, I have no idea why I started it on Tuesday. Mostly because I know that students open this on a Monday, and so I figured, okay, then you could look at it on Tuesday. I started it at 5 a.m. because that's what time I generally get up. But basically what you do is, so this is for like 5 a.m. all the way, hold on, here's noon, here's midnight. Okay, so this represents 24 hours. And you start by saying, what are all the things that are fixed? Let's say you work, and I'm just going to make this up. You work every day from 3 to 11. So you would go in 3, and then you would write work, and then you could do it like this: work, work. So you put in all the times that you work. Do you have classes that actually meet on campus or that are Alron, live remote, that you log in? You put that in. Do you have a fixed time to get together with friends and play Dungeons and Dragons? Or do you have a fixed time every Sunday you have dinner with your family? Whatever the commitments are that are fixed, you put in. So that's number one. All the events that are at a specific time because someone else has scheduled it. Then you're going to put in all the events or activities that are at a specific time because you've scheduled it. That might be you decided, on Sundays I used to walk with a friend of mine, and we would meet at the park at 8 o'clock. And so, I would put that time in. Okay. And as they say, don't forget, put in sleeping, eating, bathing. People sometimes forget about, I would say, travel. That sometimes we forget about that if you have to actually drive to go grocery shopping or drive to work if you're not working remotely. Then what you do is you draw a colorful box around the times when you have no commitment based on the the things that other people have scheduled for you or that you have scheduled for yourself. This is what is called uncommitted time. That's the time where you can do whatever you want. This ideally, it's the time for you to relax, but it is also time for you to do homework. So take a look at that. And if you think about the last worksheet that I showed you, let's say you are taking 6 credits. You're taking FYE and you're taking criminal justice, intro to CJ. Do you have somewhere in this week, do you have 6 hours in which you can do all the work that you have for these 2 classes? If you're taking 9 credits, do you have, well, actually it would be double, it would be triple that. Anyways, just see how much time you have. My suggestion is, you do this and then you evaluate. This is the whole reason to do things, is to evaluate. Is this working for me? If it's working, great. If it's not working, what can you change? Maybe instead of watching TV every day for 3 hours, you're watching I say TV, it could be, who knows what it is. Maybe it's every other day, or maybe you only do it for 1 hour. My guess is if you actually sat down and put in all the time you spend on social media, you would probably be aghast. You would be horrified. Okay, so these first 2 worksheets are really to help you, to help you figure out what your day looks like, how you are spending your time. Oopsies, where did it go? Dang it. The last one somehow disappeared. This 21-day commitment. Oh, where did it go? All right, must be my downloads. Okay, I did it twice. 21-day commitment. All right, this one, I want you to do it after you have watched the videos on habits. Okay, so what is your identity? What are you, it can be something like, I am a student. It can be, you can get more philosophical or flowery. It's I am a pilgrim on a journey to discovering who I want to be, or I am a committed person working towards my degree in social work, whatever your identity is. What is your long-term goal? So let's go out 5 or 10 years. What is it that you want to have achieved? So my long-term goal is to get a job as a district attorney in New York City. My long-term goal is, that's very specific. It could be, my long-term goal is to be a teacher of 3rd grade. Okay, it can be, my long-term goal, I'm going to go with that teaching idea. My long-term goal is to be a teacher. It can be, my long-term goal is to find a career that allows me to travel. Okay, maybe your long-term goal is to be happy. Okay, obviously the more specific the goal, that in some ways the easier it is to do this worksheet. But okay, because I know that this commitment will keep me on course to my goals, every day for the next 21 days I will take the following action. So I'm going to make this up. My goal is to open my own business making greeting cards. I make cards for people's birthdays, but I want to make this a business. Okay, that's my long-term goal. Let's say I want this set up I want it done in 3 years. I'm going to be in business for myself making greeting cards, customized greeting cards. Okay. Well, I'm going to work backwards. Okay, if that's where I need to be in 3 years, like what should I, in a year from now, what should happen? Well, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that I need to do to get there. I probably need to look at the market. I need to look at how much people are willing to pay for a card. I'm going to need to look into, is Etsy a good place to market it? Are there other places to market it? Um, Obviously, I got to keep making cards. So I'm going to say that, okay, if I want to get there, what is something that I need to do? Something small every day for the next 21 days. And so I decide that what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to spend 20 minutes researching the market. Okay. I know that's kind of vague. Okay. Well, I'm trying to create a habit, and it's easier to create a habit if we are very specific about it. So so I will go online and check out people selling cards at I'm going to go because I'm a morning person. I'm going to do this at 6 a.m. And where am I going to do it? Well, I'm going to do it in my office. Okay. Or it's one way that we can create a habit is if we connect it to a habit we already have. So I would say this one's really easy. After I drink coffee, because I do that every day, that's my current habit, I will log onto the computer and look at people's Etsy accounts. Right? So I'm starting this. Well, I already had 2 cups of coffee today. So I'm going to start tomorrow. So tomorrow, which is the 20th, I say, I would just write like went online at 6 o'clock or at 9 o'clock or whatever it is, researched one site. And then you just keep track of that for 21 days. Okay. After working on this for 21 days, what have I learned? It can be anything from I learned that it is not easy to create a new habit. I learned that I get sidetracked easily because I went online to check on people on Etsy selling cards, and I ended up playing Free Cell, which I am addicted to. It's a card game on the computer. It can be I learned that this is this was an easy habit for me to create. It doesn't matter what you learned, okay? So whenever you start, I want you to put in your calendar as a reminder to do this every day. So, every day it dings and it says, I don't know, go for a walk. Maybe your habit is to be a healthier person. Maybe it is, I don't know, call your mother every day. I don't know how that would be, what your goal is. But whatever it is, put it in your calendar and do it for 21 days. Now, James Clear, Atomic Habits, says, what, if you miss a day, not a big deal. Just keep going. Because you don't want missing days to become the new habit. I know a lot of us, we figure we missed a day. Okay, forget it. Never mind. It's never going to work. I knew this was too hard. We can all have bad days. Now, I got this from an old textbook, and they did a 32-day commitment, or 30, I don't even remember. So I shortened it a little bit. And his belief was if you missed a day, you had to go back and start all over again. And while I understand that you want to have some consistency, I know how discouraging it can be to have to start all over again. So anyways, I hope this helps you understand what these 3 worksheets are for. It's for you to figure out, for you, specifically for you, how you are spending time and what you could do differently, and also what a goal is and how you can very slowly move towards this goal. One last thing at the bottom of this, there is a quiz that can tell you if you are a lion, a wolf, a bear, or a dolphin, and suggest when the best time of day is for you to do stuff. And there's a questionnaire that tells you how much of a morning or an evening person you are. Those are optional, but I think that's good information for us to have. So I hope this is all clear for you. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to send me a message in Blackboard, or you can send me a text to my Google number. I'd be happy to help.